Hello, my friends. Katie Day with the Move Me to Texas team here with another episode of the Move Me to Texas podcast. Excited to dig into what's happening in Houston and in the real estate world. So, jumping right in, today is April 5th. We are at the beginning of April, and I'm excited. It's a new month, new quarter. This weekend here in Houston, we've got the Art Car Parade. We talked about this last week, but if you are not familiar with the Art Car Parade, it is back after a 2-year hiatus. This is a pretty cool parade in which cars have all kinds of stuff on them. So you've got like different groups and organizations and artists that do up these cars with all kinds of crazy different themes and like additions and things like that. So Art Car Parade is all this weekend, but the actual parade itself is on Saturday. So if you attend, it's basically down the Buffalo Bayou area, but there are 250 cars, and it is a pretty cool event if you have not been before. They will have a bunch of like food trucks and stuff like that. So just sharing this. So, and there's all kinds of stuff going on all weekend. But so there's a sneak peek at Discovery Green starting on Thursday. There's the Art Car Ball on Friday. Saturday, starting line is downtown by Allen Parkway. And then it goes basically down Allen Parkway through downtown. There is bleacher seating that you can reserve, obviously like VIP experiences, but it's Saturday at 2 p.m. And then it looks like on Sunday they will have an awards ceremony. But if you go to the HoustonArtCarParade.com, they've got FAQ, they've got the entire schedule. Looks like we will have an audience of 300,000 spectators, which is pretty awesome. And parade route opens at 10 a.m. and the actual parade itself is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Last I checked the weather, it should be pretty warm this weekend, so be sure to plan accordingly. There is a lot of food trucks and stuff like that around the parade route as well. So that is very exciting. It's really exciting to start to see all of these events that are coming back. So like rodeo came back for the first time. Well, yeah, for the first time this year. And it's just exciting to to see these events come back. So as far as real estate news, one of the things that we've been talking with a lot of clients about lately are the fact that it is time to protest your property tax appraisals. So if you recently purchased a home or if you've had a home for a while, basically what we're seeing are, record highs as far as home price values go. And as such, the Houston County Appraisal District, Harris County Appraisal District here in Houston, as well as Montgomery, Fort Bend, Brazoria, all the county appraisal districts, have been increasing their tax base, increasing the taxes. So it is now time to protest your taxes. And if you have not filed a homestead, now would be the time to file a homestead as well. So this is what I'd read was an article from Community Impact, basically talking about Houston real estate prices soaring to historic levels, and the median price of homes sold in the greater Houston area has been on the rise. It looks like the median price of homes sold in the Houston area, was $328 as far as 2022, as low as $150 back in 2013. And basically just showing that home prices across the U.S. have risen faster in the past 2 years than they have at any point in time since the United States has been tracking home prices since 1963, and that was from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. So that is interesting. It says that the trend can also be seen in the greater Houston area, where the median single family home price has risen more than 30% since March 2020. A fact that I read, or a stat that I read um, in the Houston Chronicle, was that home prices on average went up by about 21% last year, year over year. So that's something that we've been seeing. So got a question in the chat. If you guys are watching, please feel free to drop any questions that you may have in the chat. Moving to Houston at the end of this month. Congratulations. Which area is better, north or west? Both have their pros and cons. I think it depends on what you're looking for, what you want to be around, and if you're looking to buy, rent, where you're looking to live. As far as if you're looking out west, Katy is out west. A lot of people like Katy for the schools. There's lots of master plan communities out there as well. So there's, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of the newer communities in Katy are going to have higher taxes. So that I would say would be a con. The newer master plan communities, while they have lots of amenities and things to do and stuff like that, you are going to have higher taxes. As far as north, you've got Spring, Woodlands, Conroe, Montgomery County, as well as going a little bit more west, Tomball area, Magnolia, and then Cypress area. So all of those kind of have their pros and cons as well. Really just depends on kind of what you're looking for, what schools you're looking for. If you're looking for schools, for like elementary, middle, high school and stuff like that. Schools in Katy are great. Katy ISD, going up. Cy-Fair ISD is pretty good as well. Klein's all right. And then Conroe ISD has some good schools as well. So depending on what you're looking to do or where you're looking to move, that really kind of just depends there. As far as other things going on in Houston right now, I had an article that I was going to pull up and talk about in regards to prices. And let me find it. All right. So what came out is the CoreLogic Home Price Insight Report. So just to share a little bit of information on that. So this report is something that comes out on a monthly basis, and basically it provides, home price insights on what's happened in, the previous full month. And then it also provides maybe some forecasts and things like that. So this report just came out on April 5th, which is today, and it gives February 2022 numbers as well as forecast through February 2023. I like this because it's a good kind of look at what's happening on a national level, and kind of gives just some info there. So home prices nationwide, including distressed sales, increased year over year by 20% in February 2022 compared to February 2021. On a month over month basis, home prices only increased by 2.2% nationwide. And so they take a ton of data. Like obviously we're in the month of April right now, and March just ended, but they take a ton of data. So that's why they don't necessarily look at March, because it just ended. So when we kind of take a look at these numbers again, year over year, 20%, month over month, we're only looking at 2.2%. So the forecast was about 5%. I think in my original forecast for the year at the beginning of this year, I said 5 to 7%. So clearly I was a little wrong there, but rather be on the wrong end this way than the other. But the other thing that I'd like to take a look at, let's see, on this as well, basically is saying that since home prices are up by 20%, this is due to a record number of homes for sale, basically a record low of number of homes for sale. So right now in Houston, if we're going to talk about Houston numbers, we are seeing that we are currently sitting at about just under 13,000 active listings on the market. It's like 12,800 and change as far as active listings on the market, which if we look at if we look at that on a months of inventory basis, so if homes continued to sell at the pace they've been selling and no more homes came on the market, we would run out of homes in 1.3 months. So that is a record low for the Houston area. Normally, this time of year, we have about 20 to 25,000 active listings on the market. And I'm trying to look up the number for Houston right now, but it is very slowly loading. So we'll come back to that. The other thing here is the home price index, taking a look at different states. So Houston, Texas is the state. Texas is kind of showing a pretty high increase, likely 20% or higher as far as Texas as a whole. Some of the larger cities, so some of the larger cities, when we look at different properties, Houston has a 16.4% increase on a year-over-year basis. Some of the ones that have higher would be Miami at 19.5 year-over-year, Denver at 20.4, San Diego at 25.2, Las Vegas at 26.5, and Phoenix coming in with the highest at 30.4% on a year-over-year basis. So interesting numbers there. Top markets to watch as far as price decline, like Havasu, Prescott, Arizona, Bridgeport, Stamford, Norwalk, Connecticut, Honolulu, and then West and East Hartford and Hartford, with some risk of home prices declining. So good to see no Texas on this list. So again, this is a report that comes out on a monthly basis. CoreLogic has a ton of reports that they put out. So corelogic.com, and they've got free reports. They have reports that you can buy as well, but great kind of information and things to learn. So again, we're sitting at around 13,000 active listings on the market. If we take a look at kind of the map of active listings, it's all the way down here, sitting at like that 13 to 15,000 for last month. Normally this time of year, we're sitting at about 20 to 30,000 active listings on the market. So we are definitely a lot lower than we would normally see this time of year. One of the things that we have been taking a look at a lot is the amount of active listings and also the amount of listings that are hitting the market. So one of the things that we've noticed is over the past 5 years, the amount of new listings that is hitting the market has been about the same. So, if we look at March of 2022, we had 12,943 new listings hit the market. And last year in 2021, we had 12,896. But then when we look back to 2020, 19, 18, 17, we had anywhere between 13,000, right, and 14,000 new listings hit the market. So basically what we're seeing is a very similar amount of homes is hitting the market each month, even in 2022, as it was in 2017, 18, 19, and 20. But what we're seeing with only, as of Monday, 12,824 homes on the market, most of those homes that are hitting the market are selling. So in years past, when we had more inventory on the market, it was because more properties were sitting for a little bit longer. It was taking a little bit longer to sell. Now when they're hitting, they're not going to be available next weekend if you look at it today. They're not going to be available in 2 weeks if you look at it today. So you've really just got to be, quick to move and quick to make a decision. So it's something that we've really seen more and more in this market, is that amount of new listings has definitely been compressing to have fewer homes available for buyers. So that is that. Next week, we will be going over some of the interest rates and mortgage and what's happening there. So please tune in next week for some mortgage data. And then as we move into later in the month, we will have more stuff on what's happening as far as March's numbers for a whole. So that's all I've got for today. But hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.